Quickest college basketball update I can do. I'm exhausted. Busy day and busy weekend. So trying to get this out of the way because somebody disliked one of my payroll videos about New Mexico. That's got to be somebody who's upset that it wasn't a college basketball video. I have other things I have to do sometimes. All right. So we'll talk about today real quick and then we'll talk about Friday. Not very many games, but for those who just want the quick answer, who you're supposed to play. These are the home teams up here. And Iona is hurt against Manhattan, but it is minus 850. Some big margins here. Princeton, Columbia, St. Peter's. We're supposed to stay away from injured teams. Cornell, supposed to stay away from injured Fairfield, Toledo, Marist, and Kennesaw State. Marist is a really bad strength of schedule against Canisius, though. This is a really close margin. So probably stay away from that. And this is also too close down here. So it's really Toledo, Cornell, St. Peter's, Columbia, and Princeton. At these lines, 220, 400, 850. Sorry, 480, 450, 850. You probably, oh man, you barely double your money, I think. Barely. Betting a parlay there. But that is what it says to play. All right, now back to Thursday. A lot of games. It's done pretty well. That's just home teams going 27-8. Overall, 43 and 19. Here's your string of Wizards. Still 3 games going on. St. Mary's is up by a bunch. Utah is losing right now to USC at the end of the first half, and Northridge is up by like 8 with 4 minutes left. So they're probably going to win too. So there's still a lot of winning in the games that are still going on. But here's what you have. You have 11 wins in a row, then a really close loss with Morehead State that I believe lost at the buzzer. Then another 7 in a row, then a loss with Delaware. Notice both those teams are on the road. And then 5 in a row, then 2 losses in your first home loss with Troy. That was sad. I believe they were leading through a lot of that game and somehow blew it. And then we start to get deeper down into margins. So if you're reading the algorithm, what were you supposed to play? You're supposed to play home teams, and you do win the top 14 home teams and then a loss with Troy. And you win 19 of the top 20. I mean, that's when I say 90%. That's 19 out of the top 20 games. And especially games above 20% margin, obviously all of these win. That's a no-brainer. 100% of those won, 9 of them. And I believe St. Mary's is up there and they're going to win too. It's probably going to be 10 of them. So yeah, I mean, there are ways to win here. There really were. That's what the algorithm does. Pretty good. Binghamton loses. Southern Miss loses. We're going to check something in a second. I just want to check the underdogs. The way underdogs are interesting to look at. When you sort this by money line descending and you bet on just the games that have the best lines, no matter what the margin was, see how that does. Yeah, see, it ends up with a lot of losses. That's not the way to do it, especially with those away teams. You can see you lose with those away teams. We did not have a good day with underdogs. It looks like there were 7 underdogs and we go 2 and 5. So, you know, they're away teams. It's another reason they probably don't win. It's why you really need a home bump. If we put, let's say, a 10% home bump on the day, see what that does. Instead of being 43 and 19 up here, winning 69% of the games, here's what it is if you bump the home teams by 10%. It changes to, come on, it changed, right? The record didn't change? No way. What about a 5% bump? Yeah, no, the record did not change with a 10% bump. That's surprising. Slightly better with a 5% bump. But still pretty good just straight up. All right. How did the odds makers do? Ascending by money line. So these are the odds makers. So look at the odds makers actually did better than us. They also got 19 out of their top 20, but they won 19 in a row. So in that sense, we actually lost to the odds makers on the day. But then they had another loss with Delaware, and we didn't have another loss for like 7 teams or something, I think. So overall, it was a good day for the odds makers, good day for the algorithm because they start to look like each other. And that's because they're doing a good job. So when we look by margin, just one more look, see if it was really a profitable day or not. And then what was below this? Yeah, we won another like 7 or 6 in an item here. It's a draw between us and the odds makers, really. Oh, wait a minute. Sorry, home teams, just home teams. Home teams, we have Troy higher up than the odds makers did, and they lost. That's where we lose. But then we have another 5. And we had Binghamton higher up and they blow it. Southern Miss about where it should be. We do get this Coastal Carolina game at -108 up here. That's a win. And then things start to get really fuzzy at games that are supposed to be close. So that's reasonable. All right, guys. Good luck. May all your picks be winning on Friday, Saturday. I'm running around. I don't know what's gonna happen. All right, good luck. May all your picks be winning.